Coming clean, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg sharing how the Biden regime tried to suppress, and they successfully did it, information on Facebook, Instagram. That was him on the Joe Rogan Experience with Trump set to be sworn in just 8 days away, right? Biden on his way out. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. More companies seem to be rejecting 1984 style nonsense and censorship. If you remembered your high school literature there, remember that book. All right, here to discuss is the CEO of Your American Flag, James Stock. Also with us is the executive editor of Newsbusters, Tim Graham. Thanks so much for joining us.
Sure.
Thanks for having us.
James, you know all too well your company. You were banned from Facebook. It affected your business. What do you think about Mark Zuckerberg's mea culpa?
I guess trust but verify. I'm hopeful, but I'm really not buying it. I've watched the video probably 15, 20 times, and every time I watch it, there's more things about it that just don't kind of line up. It sounds like he's making a lot of excuses and justifying a lot of things. But I'm hopeful with the people that he's surrounding himself with, like Trump and Dana White, Elon Musk. I'm hoping that all those men kind of can hold Mark to what he has said. The real test for Mark is going to be when this political pendulum swings back the other way. I mean, it to his advantage right now for him to come out and do this. Let's see what happens later on, and let's see what happens from now in the next 4 years. I think that's going to be telling.
You know, Tim, I want your reaction to what Zuckerberg said. And he also said that Facebook and Instagram will no longer, they're going to do kind of what X is doing. Instead, they're going to do like the community notes. He said they'll no longer use fact checkers. Of course, there was fact checkers that came out and slammed Zuckerberg. What do you think about this? Will they reinstate people like James who got kicked off the platform? I know a lot of people that got kicked off of Twitter before Elon bought it, and they're still not able to get back on.
Well, that would certainly be a sign of good faith. I don't want to so much look forward to what's going to happen. I'm just sort of enjoying what happened here, which was just this absolute freak out at the idea that the fact checkers are not, partisan talking points operatives, because oftentimes they are. And as we've just been discussing, it's the fact checkers that lead the suppression armies when they say, no, you can't say that that COVID could have come from a lab in Wuhan. Well, do you know that's false? Doesn't matter. They just decide, nope, we decided that's not a fact, so you can't say it.
It's, and James, you would think the media would be against censorship, but a lot of them are upset about the fact-checking going away. Let's take a listen to CNN's Brian Stelter weighing in on Meta's new direction.
Changes announced by Meta today are very much a MAGA makeover, a pro-Trump makeover. And that's going to win Meta some conservative users, but it may repel some liberals. That's the same thing we've seen happen on Elon Musk's X.
It's not a MAGA mandate. It's called the Constitution, dummy. James, your reaction?
To Brian, I mean, I can understand why everyone in the left wing and the fake news media would be afraid of fact checkers actually doing their jobs. I would, if I had been lying for the last 4, 8, 12, 15 years or so, I'd be really afraid of it too. There was one point in Mark's video where he mentions that he's going to be separating his company. He's going to be taking the fact checkers away from the Silicon Valley, putting them over into Texas, which I thought was just weird. Why can't he just go in there, kind of like Elon did with a kitchen sink, and throw it across the room and say, hey, look, if you can't check your bias at the door, you got to leave. You got to get out of here. But instead, he's acting like daddy and telling the kids to go to their rooms and won't just take control over his company and tell people that bias is no longer allowed in Meta. So I thought that separation of the two divisions so that they wouldn't be influencing each other was disappointing.
Real quick before we go, they're telling me to wrap it. I got to get to this story. TikTok is expected to go bye-bye, right, on the 19th, I believe, Tim. Kevin O'Leary, he said, what is he, Mr. Wonderful? He said he wants to buy it. What do you think? How do you predict this going? TikTok, a lot of people use it.
Well, yeah, but a lot of people, are getting their data taken by the Chinese. Look, this is an issue. Both parties agree that this is a national security problem for the United States. And people who are like, well, but we really want to put our TikTok dancing videos up there, It's like, I'm sorry, your dancing is not more important than the national security of the United States. I say sell it.
Sell it, divest it. Let's get an American to buy it. All right. James Stock and Tim Graham, thank you so much. And again, James, CEO of American Flag Story. You got a great product, American Flag Story. So great business there. Thank you, guys.
Sure.
All right, keep it right here. The second hour of Sunday Agenda begins right now.